Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is sponsored by Retirement Solutions Group. RSG understands that life is one big fight. Sometimes you're rocking it, sometimes you're getting rocked. But before you tap out, make sure the ones you love are well prepared financially. Call RSG for a life insurance quote and discussion at no cost. Online at rsgusa.net. This is a mixed martial arts bout and is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championships welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighed in at an even 170 pounds. Fighting out of Macon, Missouri, Cody Joe Henningsmeyer. And his opponent tonight fighting out of the red corner. This fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 168.4 pounds. Fighting out of St. Joseph, Missouri, Tyson the Battleship Hicks.
Referee Mike Anglin has the call for this contest. Cody Joe Henningsmeyer in the blue tape. Tyson Hicks in the red.
No touch of gloves. Tyson takes the center of the cage.
Tyson Hicks looks like he's almost in a different weight class.
I will say both of these guys are very, very relaxed, light on their feet.
Oh, big shot by Hicks.
Yeah, Tyson putting the pressure on, comes forward.
Nice right hand, though, there out of Joe Henningsmeyer.
Cody's very long. Look to see him use that jab, keep his distance. You know, he has the range. He wants to use it. Stay on the outside. Force Hicks to really commit and make a mistake.
The fans are definitely behind Tyson Hicks here.
Very much the hometown favorite. Swing
Nice
and a miss.
move out of the way there from Joe Henningsmeyer. Joe Henningsmeyer looks very relaxed.
Yeah, not a lot of nervous energy coming from either one of these guys. Obviously they're filling each other out, trying to find.
Big left hand there out of Hicks.
Nice counter
Joe
shots.
Henningsmeyer answers back.
Cody with some beautiful counter shots with the hook uppercut. Tyson, great pressure though, coming forward, landing shots of his own, cutting off the cage here, as you can see.
Yeah, he is doing a great job of cage management. And really in the scoring of MMA, that matters. It's effective striking, aggression, and cage control.
Yeah, and Tyson appears to really want to just stand in the middle of the cage and fight, kickbox. Doesn't seem to be wanting to clinch and use the cage or get a takedown. Very comfortable here on his feet.
Nice jab there coming out of Joe Henningsmeyer.
Nice inside leg kick there by Cody.
Oh, big right hand there out of Hicks. Joe Henningsmeyer tying up.
Tyson is so explosive. You see he just closed the distance. Cody wants to circle whenever, that's happening. He tried to land some counter shots, but Tyson just closed the distance too fast and landed some big shots of his own.
Yeah, he made it halfway across the cage in just a split second.
Just an amazing athlete. Very explosive. Oh! Big right hand. Faked low with the kick and just stepped in with the haymaker.
And Joe Henningsmeyer just took it.
Yeah, right there on, the ear and the hand. Was able to block it some, but those gloves are small, Jeremy.
Yes.
They only block so much,
There's only so much padding in those 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah, so while you don't take it necessarily the cleanest shot, you're still taking
You're taking just a brutal hit.
Yeah, a lot of force.
But Joe Henningsmeyer looks none the worse for wear from it.
Yeah, still very calm, very confident. Great check. Check that kick with a short, hook check.
Joe Henningsmeyer is basically another big overhand right.
Big right hand.
If Joe Henningsmeyer is going to play the role of counterpuncher, he's got to answer that, and he's got to keep circling.
Yeah, you can't just go backwards. You have to circle, and you have to keep that top hand up. It worked out that he's moving backwards as he ate that shot, so that does take away some of the force of the punch. But, man, even moving backwards, if it hits the button, and Tyson is just barely missing.
Yeah, he is so close. He really, and as explosive as he is, once he decides to get in, that's when that left hand is finding a home for that check left hook.
Yeah, you know, Cody seems to be really trying to time Tyson as he comes in and hits, and, you know, hit him with a counter shot, hit him with a short hook or something. But, you know, the explosiveness of Tyson is just really making that difficult.
Big leg kick out of Hicks.
Oh,
That set him
wow. Big leg kick.
down. Hicks just chopping away, telling him to get up.
Let's see if he's oh, you can see, you know, on the back of that left thigh, there is just a huge bruise right now from that kick. Cody
Down to 1
immediately
minute
switched
remaining.
stance. He went to southpaw. I don't know if he can take another shot on that leg. He's obviously very conscious of it.
Joe Hanningsmeyer trying to land some bombs here. But when you take the leg out, it kills your base.
Yeah, if you don't have your legs under you, you can't really strike. You know, I would not be surprised to see Tyson just do another.
Just start to chop it down.
Yeah, with another feint, just work that leg. Cody switched to southpaw, immediately ate a body shot. You always open yourself up whenever you're opposite stances like that. You know, Tyson can smell blood. You can tell that kick, big shot.
Joe Hanningsmeyer trying to survive. 10 seconds.
Saved by the bell, it looks like. I don't know how many more shots Cody can take.
He made it through the first round. But look at the limp as he's walking over. There is
really
a gigantic hematoma on the backside of Joe Hanningsmeyer's leg.
Yeah, he really is feeling that. You can tell he's limping. I don't know how many more shots. And then you got to think, good decision by his corner. They didn't bring in the stool, Jeremy. Keep the blood in the legs.
You
Don't
got to.
Don't let him relax.
Down, he may not get up.
It may not get up. It may not work. You know, as you start relaxing between these rounds and you kind of take a deep breath, and you know the first round's done, the adrenaline's gone. You kind of start feeling some things.
Yeah, let's take a look at the instant replay again. He just chops on that front leg, sets up that big right hand.
And you can just see the confidence building in Tyson Hicks. He's just, he smells blood in the water.
Doctors are taking a look at Joe Hanningsmeyer here.
Yeah, I don't, you know, it looks like they're trying to get him to jump up to see if he's able to do much on that leg. And, you know, look for Tyson Hicks to come out and put the pressure on it and probably chop that leg again.
If I was Tyson Hicks, that'd be the first thing I would do.
Just chop it as hard as you can. You know, I'd be very shocked if he doesn't do that.
Here we go. Yeah,
Cody
Joe
in the
Hanningsmeyer
southpaw.
is limping. Southpaw trying to protect that leg. Hicks looking for it.
Oh, wow. And just worried about the kick. Took a big shot. Mike England stepped in. He said, hey, you're not going to be able to intelligently defend yourself. You just took 3 or 4 really good shots. We got to stop it. I think Cody was like, hey, why'd you stop that? But then immediately he's like, yeah.
He's like, no.
He's like, no, you're right. I was in a bad spot.
What a storied finish there out of Tyson Hicks. Beautiful connection there. Fake that low shot.
You know, just beautiful display of striking. I mean, he was patient. He exploded. He closed the distance and landed some amazing shots.
Now, let's take a look here at our instant replay. Again, Tyson Hicks kind of cocks that shot, throws the hands, and just absolutely drops Joe Hanningsmeyer. Mike England saw it. 100% great stoppage by Mike England.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you're always looking for fighter safety. So, you know, he's already taken some really bad shots to those legs. You know, how many more shots do you really need to take?
What a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mike England has called a stop to this contest at 10 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner by TKO, Tyson Hicks.
Tyson Hicks adding another notch into the win column.
He made it look easy.
He really did. Cody Joe Hanningsmeyer limping out of the cage. What a fight.